Alright, good morning everyone. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas, and all that good stuff. It is, obviously, December 25th, 10:22 in the morning, 19 degrees. We are in St. Johnsbury, Vermont, home, ready to head out on our trip to Florida. So, this is going to be quite the endeavor. It's going to take us a couple days to do it with the electric car, and we're going to have many stops. And yeah, our first day is going to be ending in Virginia, where we're going to stay at a hotel for a few hours and then just jump right back on the road. So we have a max of 180, average 153, minimum 125. Our first stop is 34 miles away, and we'll see if we need to do anything when we get there. All right. Oh, and by the way, I know I didn't do an updated video like I said I was going to on the 18th, but the StabiliTrak issue has not come back. We are doing just fine, and yep, no worries. Okay, great. Okay, we are at our first stop. This is the EVgo at a Hannaford's in Bradford, Vermont? Yes. So essentially the very first few places are going to be the exact same route we took when we went to Albany, New York. That was just sort of a test run to see how this whole thing would go. So we got here with min 100, average 122, max 159. That is with the heat going right now. If I were to turn it off, it would increase it a bit to like 130 something. But, so we're just going to charge for a little bit. Our next place is 98 miles away, so we'll do like 15 minutes with the car off, and then yeah, that should do it. It is 11:04 and it is 27 degrees. Okay, all right, so let's do this. Okay, so we are in Manchester, Vermont. It's 1:33, 41 degrees, real nice. We got here with 44 minimum, 54 average, and 71 max. And now we're just going to sit here a while and charge so that we can, well, actually, I don't even know how long it's going to be. I'll let you know when we're done. Okay, so we are at Bennington, Vermont. It's 2:37, 42 degrees. We're at the last EVgo of, well, until we get to New York anyway, because the next stop is the Electrify America. And so we're just going to chill here for 15 minutes and charge, and yeah, then be on our way. Our next stop is 42 miles away with, it's about 58 minutes, so about an hour. Minimum 56, average 69, max 81. 15 minutes should definitely give us just what we need. We could probably do it without it, but, you know, safety. Okay, so a quick update. We're actually still in Bennington. I found out that the EVgo is actually out of order. So thankfully, right next to us are some SEMA Connect chargers. So we're just granted they're slower, but we don't need a whole lot. We probably could even make it without even doing anything, honestly. But like, just we'll just sit at this for a little bit. And yeah, but it's part of the adventure. All right, so we are here at the Walmart in Albany, New York, at the Electrify America station. We got here with 32 miles minimum, 39 average, and 46 max. And it is 4:17, 37 degrees. And so we're gonna just sit here for a bit and let this baby charge up, and yeah, that's pretty much it. All right, and then on to the next, which is I think a little over an hour away. We've never gone further than this with this car. Here we go! Okay, so this is our next stop after the Albany, New York, or Electrify America. It's EVgo, and it's at a CVS. And so I honestly don't even know the actual town. I didn't pay that much attention. We're in New York still, but okay, so our next stop is 56 miles away. We could probably get by, but you know what? Take 15 minutes, check to see if this CVS is actually open. I don't think they are.
They're
but
open until 8.
Hey, open until 8. Sweet! All right, so we can go browse, like while this charges. Nice. All right, so we'll do that, and then be on our way to the next one. Okay, so we are in Newburgh, New York, and that last place that I couldn't remember where it was Red Hook, New York. and we stayed at that EVgo for a little over a half hour, I think. And now we are at another Walmart, and we're at some Electrify Americas, and we're gonna just juice up. Our next stop is 92 miles away, an hour and 40 minutes. So we're just gonna let this do its thing. And it does have a message. Well, you can't probably read that, but it says that the maximum power of chargers this location has been temporarily reduced in order to improve service and perform an update. So hopefully they function just fine. And I mean, they're 350 kilowatt chargers, all of them, I think. So no worries there, because I'll probably get max of what I can anyway at my current charge rate. So, all right, we'll do this, and then we'll see you at the next one. Okay, so here we are at another Walmart for an Electrify America charging session. It is 11:57. It's almost the day after Christmas. 29 degrees, and we are at 60 min, 74 average, 87 max. Our next stop is like 49 miles, so we're just gonna sit here, let this thing do its thing, and yeah. There's also a giant over there. You can't tell that from looking at that, but we're in Stroudsburg, Pennsylvania. So yeah, okay. All right, so it is 3:36 in the morning, 27 degrees. We are in Pennsylvania. I don't remember the name of the town we are right now, but we're at a Harley Davidson dealership in the back of it, where they have a fast charger. Not super fast, 17 kilowatts, but that's like with the heat going. If we turn the heat off, it probably ends up going to like 21, somewhere around there maybe. But yeah, there we go, 21, 22. And so we're just gonna do this one for a little bit until we have enough to get to our next stop, which is, I think, 63 miles away. So yeah, we're just gonna take a little snooze. Okay, and by the way, this charger on PlugShare is listed as actually charging people some astronomical amount, like per minute, but it's actually not the case at all. It doesn't even show up in my ChargePoint app, and I don't think it's charging me anything. So yeah, there you go. Okay, we are in Carlisle, Pennsylvania, at a Sheetz gas station / Electrify America station. So yeah, there's the Sheetz right over there, and so we went. The last place we went was a Rutter's, and we didn't actually need to charge, so we just hopped right from there to here. Technically, we don't even need to charge here because the next stop is like 30-something miles away, and we have 61 minimum. But, you know, I honestly don't remember what that is, so I don't know if it's Electrify America or something else. So I'm just going to do this right here. And yeah, we'll just do it at 80% and then be good. And yeah, it is 7:02 in the morning, 27 degrees here. It's a bit frosty. And so we're just going to do that and then head on out. Okay, so here we are in Funkstown, Maryland at a Walmart and another Electrify America stop. We are going to, our next stop is like 50-something miles. So we're gonna just charge up here, and we are almost done. We are gonna do this one. We may not have to do the next one, and yeah, we'll see how it goes. Oh, and by the way, it is 10:10 in the morning on December 26th, 40 degrees, pretty sunny out, feels nice. All right, let's do it. Okay, so, oopsie on my part, I forgot to actually, record us at this spot. We are at a Sheetz gas station / convenience store. They have some Electrify Americas, and lo and behold, right over here is a horrible person just icing this spot with their Chevy Malibu. They don't even care. They've literally been here for I don't know, a half hour probably, but close to it. But all right. So anyway, this is our last stop before we get to the Luray Caverns. And then yeah, after that, it's just if we need to charge to the next one, and if not, then straight to the hotel. So it is 12:36 and it's 52 degrees. Yeah. All right. So that's it. So we just got done everything at the Luray Caverns. It was awesome. I loved it. It was a lot of fun. It is now 4:25 p.m., 57 degrees. We are in Woodstock, Virginia at a Walmart, Electrify America. We are going to charge, and this way we're going to do a full charge so we can get back to the hotel, get some rest, and then head on out and not have to worry about doing pretty much any charging right off the bat, because we'll have, essentially a full charge. We're going to go get some dinner in this complex right here, and yeah, that's it. We did it, boys! Hello, everyone. It is 11:28 p.m. on December 26th, 2019. It's 45 degrees in Stoughton, Virginia, and we are at an Electrify America at a Walmart. And we are just gonna charge up because now we have begun our journey, the second half of our journey to Florida. So, hang on. Okay, it is December 27th, 2019, 1:43 in the morning, 36 degrees, and we are in Fincastle, Virginia. And we are at Exxon gas station over there, and it has Electrify America chargers, so that's kind of cool. I've only seen them at Sheetz gas station before, so yeah. But anyway, we're gonna just sit here, charge. Our next stop is 86 miles. And so, yep, we're just gonna sit here and let it do its thing. All right, we are at 4:01 a.m., 40 degrees in Wytheville, Virginia, Virginia. It's one of those. And we're at a Sheetz for Electrify America. And our next stop is a little over 90 miles, so we definitely need to juice up. And yeah, okay, let's do it. All right, good morning, everyone. It is 7:43, 49 degrees. We are at another Walmart at these lovely Electrify America pumps, chargers. And so, yeah, we got like 62 miles to go, I think, to the next one. We definitely need to charge, so we're just gonna sit here, get a little juice for the car and a little shut-eye for me, and, yeah, then we'll be on our way. Alright, so we are in Moncure, North Carolina. It is 9:58 in the morning, 50 degrees, and we're at an Exxon gas station with a charge point that I have never seen one like this before. It's weird. The design and everything. Like, I mean, both of the things are on the same side, like the chargers, like the plugs. There's not one on either side. That's kind of weird. Just the whole unit itself. I mean, this might be normal for people around here, but like, I've never seen it. So anyway, we're gonna charge. Our next stop is like 80 miles away. We have a minimum of 88, so we're just gonna sit here for a bit and have it do its thing. Okay? Okay, little side note. So, it has a Chatamo, and the CSS, and so the weird thing is that, so like, it's kind of cool. Wow. Okay, so that actually says in use. You can't tell for whatever reason because it like is all weird. But the cool thing is that this comes out like from the base, and so it just like swings out like so that you can gain access to it from your car, which is kind of cool. I've never seen anything like that. in one of these. But yeah, I just wanted to point that out. Okay, we're just gonna keep on doing our thing here. All right, we are in Lumberton, North Carolina, at another Walmart with Electrify America. It is 12:42, 68 degrees. My gosh. We actually have enough to make it to the next one. It's only like 60 something miles, but we're hungry, so we're gonna go get something to eat at a Zaxby's, and just let this charge up while we do that. All right. All right, we are in Florence, South Carolina. It is 3:27 p.m., 71 degrees. We are at yet another Walmart, Electrify America. We're going to charge up. Our next stop is 106 miles. We have 102 minimum, so definitely. Thankfully, we haven't, had to do the heat for a while, so we're getting much better mileage. It's been creeping up there. It's at 3.2 a kilowatt. So yeah, we're getting there. All right. All right, greetings from yet another Walmart for Electrify America, and it is 14, and it's 70 degrees, and we are in Walterboro, South Carolina. Sorry, I couldn't remember if we were in Georgia yet or not, but no, we are not. Soon to be, hopefully. But yeah, all right, so next stop is like 60-something miles, 67, and there is an enormous traffic jam that is causing what should be an hour turn into almost 2. So we're just going to sit here and charge and hope that clears itself up by the time we're done. All right, see you at the next one. All right, we just made it to Pooler, Georgia. It is 8:59 p.m., 66 degrees, and our next stop is, I think, like 60 something miles, so 69, I think. So we're just gonna sit here, get a little shut-eye, and charge, and it is at a Walmart, Electrify America, and yeah, we're just gonna do that and then move on. Yay. All right, we are in Brunswick, Georgia, and it is 11:21, 65 degrees, and ta-da! Yet another Walmart, Electrify America. We're just gonna, it's 87 miles, I think, to the next stop, and so we're gonna just charge up to 80% and be on our way. Okay, so we are in Jacksonville, Florida, at a mall. I'm not sure actually what the name of the mall is, but there is one functional Electrify America. There are 3 other ones, but they're all off, interestingly enough. So hopefully this one works. And it is 1:31 in the morning it's the 28th now of December 2019, 68 degrees. Yeah, we're just going to charge up and be on our way. Okay, so the one Electrify America that was available at that last station I was at in Jacksonville, I believe it was, it didn't work. It just kept throwing error codes. And it was a 350 kilowatt one. And I found this whole time on this trip that it seemed that those just would be the ones that would throw error codes. For whatever reason, I don't know why. I think one time I got one to work, but other than that, they would just not really like it. So I would just stick to the 150s. But anyway, so because of that, we had to go elsewhere. It's 3:46 in the morning, 70 degrees. We are in Ormond Beach, Florida. And yeah, we tired. We had to hop to a Harley Davidson dealership to use that for a little bit, and then made our way here with a little bit juice left. But yeah. So we're gonna do this, and then go from there. Okay. Okay, we are at our final charging spot. It's at the mall in Orlando, and it's Electrify America, and it is 6:28 in the morning, 70 degrees, and we should be getting ready to be going to the park right about now. But here we are. So let's just finish this and get our day going. All right, everyone. We are back in St. Johnsbury, Vermont. It is Sunday, January 5th. I'm really tired. 9:49 in the morning. A sweet 27 degrees. Snow is everywhere. And this is the actual accounting for the entire trip here in miles. We did 3,696.8 miles with an average of 3.4 miles a kilowatt. And we used 1,078.5 kilowatts of juice to do the whole thing. Yeah, there's a 0.1 mile discrepancy between the two, but that's just, that's nothing. But yeah, like we did it without any issues really, with the car itself, and in all the chargers we had to stop at, never did we have a time where like they were all being filled up by either just people that needed to use them or being iced or anything like that. There was one instance where two, I guess. I recorded one in a video where someone was there that when they shouldn't have been, and then another one where there were chargers available, and I tried one, but it wasn't working. And so there was a couple cars that were using the EV spots, and I asked the lady if she could move, or if she was going to be moving, and she was pretty rude about the whole thing, completely, unjust, but, whatever. Like, she did end up moving, and then we charged, and that was great. But, no, everything was good, little hiccups here and there with the chargers, and that the Electrify America connectors, they wouldn't, properly register, so I'd have to, go from one to the other, but it all worked out in the end. Yeah, if I'm forgetting anything, I'll try to do I'm going to do another recap to show how much it all cost in electricity. If I think of anything that I missed, I'll mention it there. So, yeah, we'll get all this sewn up, and I'll put it up as soon as I can. All right. Until next time, keep charging. All right. Hello, everyone. It is January 9th. 2:21 p.m. A nice 15 degrees here. And it's a few days after we got back, because we got back on the 5th of January, 2020. And so I said I would do another little recap of the cost of everything. So I did all the numbers, and between all the Electrify Americas and the EV Goes that we ended up stopping at, it ended up totaling right under $383. It was like $382.73, something like that. So, I did a similar formula of what my gas car would take using premium, because that's all I ever put in that car. And it actually pretty much was the same. It was actually like $1 less than the electricity. So as far as that goes, there really wasn't any money saving aspect other than the fact that, I went over 3,000 miles, and I usually would get an oil change on my other car every 3,000 miles. So, there's that. There's the, savings in not having to get an oil change. But yeah, so it all worked out really well though. And, there were never really any moments of major concern or range anxiety, because the way I had planned it all, we just had places to stop pretty frequently. It was almost like on an hourly basis. We could stop places, and and it really, there were times where it was, when you watch it, you might think, oh well, maybe they could have like stretched it out a bit more and gone to the next one. But honestly, there were times where it really wasn't possible, because it would have been like, because I definitely got to spots where, I had 40, 50, 60 miles, I think, around there sometimes. And it's like, well, why didn't I just like go further? But the problem is that where everything was that I had put in, it just, there weren't enough things, there weren't enough fast chargers that were spaced properly to battle both like the elevations and the temperatures. So it just it didn't really work like that. So I pretty much was meticulous about the planning of it, and made it as well as I could. There were original plans that I ended up scrapping, where it kind of like stretched it a bit, and I actually figured that like it really wouldn't work. I would have had to have found some like emergency place to charge, because I had it stretched to the point that there were sometimes like 130, 140 miles between the charges. But it wouldn't have been feasible. And it was kind of frustrating, because there were times where it was almost within reach, but it was one of those, well, do I really want to risk this kind of thing and just have it like be like that, and not, factor in something that, ends up spilling it, over a little bit, and then I'm just sitting there. So I didn't want to do that. And so I had an Electrify America subscription, and that paid for itself immensely, because in my app it tells you, like how long you've had it, and the subscription, and how much you saved and whatnot. I ended up saving like over $150 just for the trip, and that was insane. So I mean, and it's $4 a month. I'm pretty sure it's $4 or $5 a month. I think it's $4 a month. But so in that 1 month of having it, like even if I don't do any other major trips for like the rest of the year until the end of this year when I do another one, I mean that saved me almost $160, like just with not having to do like the session fees, and then you get the reduced charging rates with the subscription. So I mean it was so worth it. I mean, I could do nothing else the whole year with that subscription, and just let it sit there and charge me the $4 or $5 a month. And come the end of the year, when I do my next trip, it'll just pay for itself again 2-3 times over. So it's crazy. So I definitely recommend that kind of thing. For anyone that lives in an area where they may not have a home charger, and they have to depend on things like Electrify America, because wow, that is very impressive. EVgo, I did not have a subscription to them. I did originally a while ago, but I actually got rid of it because the math, it didn't really make any sense to me to keep it. And so yeah, I ditched that. But even still, like, it wouldn't have really done a whole lot. There was one EVgo we ended up going to where there was a $5.95 session fee. Like, you just to use it, it was like $6. And then from there it was like 30 cents or 35 cents a minute. But I couldn't believe that. And I had only planned on really staying at that one for like 10-15 minutes. But once I realized there was that $6 session fee, I was like, oh boy, I might as well just stay here a little longer, because, it's such a waste, just to do 15 minutes on that thing. But it was also kind of a waste just because EVgo is twice as expensive. I mean, all the Electrify Americas I went to, they were either 15 cents a minute or 18 cents a minute with the plan. And so, yeah, they just destroyed the EVgo pricing, no matter where I went. So thankfully, almost all of it was Electrify America. There was just a handful of EVgo's going down and then coming back up. But yeah, it was It was great. I loved doing it, and I hope everyone gets a good a good ride out of just watching the essentially this. I don't really show much more. Occasionally I'll show the actual locations where I was and whatnot, but yeah, this is pretty much it. It's just watching that odometer climb. And so, but all right, so I guess that's it. And if anyone has any, questions, comments, or anything like that about the trip, I'm not the greatest at documenting stuff, so I could definitely fill in the gaps for anyone if they have any curiosities about how things went. But yeah, I guess that's it. So until next time, keep charging.